Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we will talk about the different kinds of sounds that can be heard during the auscultation of the lungs. Auscultation of the lungs can be direct or can be mediated. The first type of sounds that can be heard during the auscultation of the lungs are the vesicular sounds. These vesicular sounds can be exaggerated, can be harsh, can be diminuted or abolished. So let's talk about each one of these in details. First one, exaggerated vesicular sounds, are due to compensatory hyperfunction of one lung in case of pleural effusion, massive atelectasis, or important infiltrative lesions. Harsh vesicular sounds, second one, in case of diminution of the caliber of the bronchi, edema of the bronchial mucosa, adherent bronchial secretions. The third one is diminuted vesicular sounds. This diminuted vesicular sound is due to larynx stenosis, bronchial stenosis, limitation of pulmonary expansion in case of pleurisy or pleuritis, consolidation syndrome or permanent hyperinflation syndrome, or pleural effusion which is of small or medium quantity. Furthermore, abolished vesicular sounds are also called respiratory silentia. This abolished vesicular sound occur in case of massive pleural effusion, pneumothorax, massive consolidation syndrome, bronchial foreign bodies. The second type of sounds that can be heard during the auscultation of the lungs are murmurs. Murmurs can be tubar, can be pleuritic, can be amphoric, or cavernous. Tubar murmurs are also called broncho-vesicular sound. These can occur in consolidation syndrome, rounding one big free bronchi. Pleuritic murmurs are also called bronchial sounds that can occur in pleurisy of medium quantity. Amphoric murmurs can occur in cavitary syndrome. Furthermore, cavernous murmurs can occur in cavitary syndrome, but in more than 6 centimeters. What about the third type of sounds that can be heard during the auscultation of the lungs? These are called rales. Rales can be dry continuous or moist discontinuous. Dry continuous like rhonchi, wheezes, and moist discontinuous like crackles, fine crackles, or cavernous. Let's talk about rhonchi. First, rhonchi are rales of low pitch. They are of harsh quality like snoring. Rhonchi are heard during inspiration and expiration. Modification with coughing in terms of the localization, pitch and intensity of the rales. Rhonchi are heard on the big caliber bronchi. What about wheezes? Wheezes are rales of high pitch. They are of musical quality like whistling. Wheezes are heard during inspiration and expiration. Modification with coughing in terms of localization, pitch and intensity of the rales. Wheezes are heard on medium and small caliber bronchi. So from this we can understand that wheezes and rhonchi are heard during inspiration and expiration. Both wheezes and rhonchi have modification with coughing in terms of the localization, pitch and intensity of the rales. What about the different kinds of moist rales? Let's start with crackles. Crackles are uneven. They are of high pitch. Crackles are heard like blowing air through a straw into a glass of water. Crackles are heard during inspiration and only the first part of expiration. Crackles have modification with coughing in terms of localization, pitch and intensity of the rales. Crackles are heard on the small fourth order bronchi and bronchioles. Second type of moist rales that we'll talk about are called fine crackles. These fine crackles are fine crackles that are the most dry of the moist rales. Fine crackles are of high pitch. They are heard like rubbing the hair near the ear. They occur in the second half of inspiration. So no expiration in these fine crackles. They are not heard during expiration. Fine crackles increases after coughing. Furthermore, the fine crackles are heard on the alveoli. What about the third type of moist trails? The third type of moist trails are called backward crackles. Backward crackles are moist, uneven, coarse, fine crackles that can be confounded with coarse crackles. The backward crackles are heard during inspiration. What about the fourth type of moist trail, and it's called recumbency crackles. Recumbency crackles occur after a prolonged bed rest, disappears after ample breathing. The fifth type of moist trails is called cavernous trails. These cavernous trails resemble coarse crackles. They are coarse and they are uneven. What is pleural friction rub? Pleural friction rub is superficial. They are of dry quality. They are heard during the inspiration and expiration. Pleural friction rub have no modification after coughing. So note, they have no modification after coughing. They become louder when pressing the stethoscope. Pleural friction rub occur in pleural inflammatory disorders. Thank you for watching and looking forward to see you in the next video with a new topic.